later. Oh, do I need
That's
it?
all right.
Okay. And then I'll go to participants. I'll drag them over.
You want to go to security?
Oh, yes, thank you. And I want to do that.
Well, how are you?
Good morning. How are you guys? Can you hear me? Oh, you're muted, which is okay. Welcome to the first Zoom court. You guys are our first 2 Zoom participants. So we'll see how this goes. I'm going to start with Mr. Armstrong. You have been charged with improper passing emergency vehicle. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to have you unmute yourself. Can you unmute yourself, Mr. Armstrong? Let's see if I can do it for you. Oh, there we go. Great.
Can you
Did
hear
it
us?
work?
Now I can do it. Yes. Thank
Oh,
you.
Okay, this is cool.
So I'm not going to ask you to plead guilty or not guilty at this moment, but what I am going to do is ask the state. We have Mr. Follis who's here. Hopefully you can see him on your screen as well. And he will make you an offer. If you don't accept his offer, we can proceed from there. Mr. Follis.
All right, so the state's offer on this, it is a $730 fine and a conviction owing to it being a Scott's law violation.
Ask if you,
I guess what are the alternatives to accepting?
You can plead not guilty. And then Mr. Follis, would you,
Would
what would
there,
the state's position be at that point?
At that point, Your Honor, with a not guilty plea, I believe established protocols to have it set over for a pretrial hearing for an in-person appearance.
Okay, so you would have to come into the courtroom to have a trial as to whether or not you were guilty, and we would give you a trial date as to that.
you just want to explain what you want them to understand.
I'm sorry.
You were gonna accept responsibility.
I wrote some notes here and I was going to accept responsibility for the incident and the ticket.
Okay,
And I was planning to do that anyway.
But you wanted to explain.
I didn't know if writing down an explanation would be of any benefit or ameliorate any of the circumstances.
given
But
the charge,
I'm accepting that I could have done better probably.
okay, at this point, the fine is set by statute, and statute does not allow a supervision with a Scott's law violation. So I don't have the ability to, really the state's offer is the best that they can give you with respect to this type of a charge. So you're welcome, if you want to tell us what happened, you're welcome to, but that won't change the outcome of what the fine is. So that's completely up to you.
My inclination is to, what are the consequences of just paying the fine other than losing the money?
Yes, the monetary consequences, and then it is a conviction, so it will show up on your record. With respect to convictions, the Secretary of State is the agency that allows driving privileges. And the Secretary of State has a schedule as to how many convictions you can have within a certain time frame to maintain your license. One conviction certainly does not take your license away, but there's a schedule. Is it 3 convictions in a year, Mr. Follis?
Honestly, Your Honor, because he's from out of state, I'm not sure what the implications may be for him.
Oh, are you out of state? I apologize. I didn't know that. Okay,
We're from Michigan.
from Michigan.
Mhm.
Okay. Okay, well, hang on. Let me deal with Mr. Peoples and then we'll be right back with you, okay? I'm going to mute you.
Okay.
All right. Do you have a docket sheet? Oh, great. Oh, Cody has it. Got
And I
it.
actually have Mr. Peoples as well.
All right, Mr. Peoples, can you hear me okay? All right, I'm gonna unmute you as well, or see if we can get you unmuted. All right, are you there, sir?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, so you have the same charge. You're from Chicago. So you just heard the state's offer will be $730 in a conviction. Alternatively, we can set it for trial.
I was gonna say I got a ticket for like $168. Can I just pay my ticket?
It's $168. That's interesting. Mr.
Yeah.
Follis?
So that is the bond amount on the ticket, that wouldn't actually apply in this instance. It would have been flagged had, I believe, had he tried to pay it ahead of time.
Okay, so that was just the amount did you already pay that amount or no?
No, but the police he pulled me over, he told me I can come into court and he said I'd be able to tell. He said he had this problem before. When I was driving, it was a semi truck on the side of me, so I couldn't get over to the other lane. But he was just telling me that people died before, so he had to give me a ticket for it. So he told me I could just pay my ticket. Like that's what I was told. And I'm in college. I go to SIU. You can't tell, man. Durham. And I thought I was gonna say I thought I could just pay my $168 ticket and just leave because I do have class. Is it a way I could just pay my ticket? Because I'm not pleading guilty. I do have a lawyer named Jaborik. I'm not pleading guilty, and I'm also not pleading not guilty because due to the fact that I could not get over, but I was like $168. It's just easy for me to pay it and just get it out the way because I graduate and I'm in master's school and grad school. I'm doing a 5-year program. So is it a way that's what I was trying to do.
Okay, hang on one second. I'm going to talk to the state. Just this again. This is our first Zoom. I quite frankly wasn't anticipating these two charges. This is a somewhat unusual charge, to be honest. We just had a bunch upstairs and in-person court. So give me 1 second. I'm going to mute you, and then I'm going to just talk to the state, and then I'll come back. Okay?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. All right, Mr. Collins, you want to step out here real quick? Your position, your position. All right, so it is the state's position that they're not willing to negotiate via Zoom. So all I can do is take a conviction and a $730 fine, or I can set you over for an in-person hearing. Mr. Armstrong, I'll let you go first. Unmute you again. Still can't, yeah, you're, oh, there. You're still not unmuted yet, Mr. Armstrong.
I'm
There you go.
sorry. Is
No,
that
there you go.
better?
Now I can hear you.
So other than the fine and what are the consequences for me in terms of driving and licensure and things like that if I accept the?
Again, I don't know Michigan law. In Illinois, the Secretary of State has a graduated schedule with respect to convictions. So I don't know what your driving history is, but it will show as a conviction. Supervision is what we have in Illinois. If you don't get another conviction within your period of supervision, it falls off your record. A conviction does not do that in Illinois, but I do not know the consequences in Michigan.
I'm sorry.
You just tell her that you were going to, you're just like that, you couldn't move over. but that, you know, but you want to just tell her that.
Well, I guess we're,
You want to come for an in-person hearing? We can give you a date that's convenient for you guys.
I don't think so.
you know, I don't think so. I guess we were all ready for that, but I guess that's a different topic. So I was just wondering if I could find out what the consequences in Michigan might be if I just accept responsibility and pay the fine.
Do you want me to set you for an additional Zoom appearance?
And just
Then
go-
you can decide if you want to come in person or not.
Yeah,
just pay it.
yes, yes.
Okay, we'll just pay the fine.
Okay, I will mark you as a guilty conviction and a fine of $730. I will let you know you can pay that online through the Sangamon County Circuit Clerk's office, okay? How long do you need to pay that?
Can you put it on a credit card, Ascher? Or
Can you put it on a card? Or
Yes,
does it
you
need
may.
to be-
Yes,
you can do it right now and then.
pay
Okay,
today.
good. We can do it anytime then.
Okay, I will put you down as pay today, okay?
How do you do that?
Um,
Is
you-
there-
You go to the Sangamon County Circuit Clerk's office online. And there's a tab marked traffic. And if you follow that link, it'll take you to the payment options.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, it's also on the same page you signed up for the Zoom appearance. If you can get back to that link, it'll be right there.
Okay, thank you.
All right, you're welcome. Good luck to you guys.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you. All right, Mr. Peoples, I'll have you unmute yourself, or I'll try. There we go. You're unmuted.
Hello.
Do you want an in-person hearing, or do you want
So
to?
since I'm from Chicago, is it a way I can have another Zoom hearing on it?
You can't have a contested hearing. Zoom is only for uncontested matters, meaning that there's an agreement reached between you and the state.
So if I come in because like I said before, I couldn't move over or I was gonna get hit by a truck literally. So if I come in, can it be like during the summertime where I could come in with my lawyer and everything?
We can
Okay.
give you a summer date. Sure
Okay.
thing. Does June work for you?
Can we do? I can do. Is there any Fridays coming like a Friday? Because I'm free like Fridays coming up, like beginning.
We don't do traffic court on Fridays, but
What?
I can set you for the summer, Monday through Thursday.
Let me check.
Ron, I would note, if
Do you got a May 6th, like a May 6th open?
I'll ask the clerk, does May 6th work?
Thank you. Good morning.
I do show that as a date, Ron,
Okay,
and that is also an SPD date.
okay, great. So May 6th,
Yes.
9 a.m. or 1:30, sir?
Can I do 1:30?
Yep, we'll do 1:30. And that'll be in courtroom 6C, is that right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, we will send, I'll have the clerk send you notice, but also write down May 6th, 1:30, courtroom 6C, okay?
Yes, ma'am. May 6th, 1:30. Court. You said 6C?
6C, so it'll 6th floor, and then you just go to courtroom C.
Okay, and I have a question. So, do y'all hear that a lot? What do we do if we cannot get over and we trying to get over? Like the cop acknowledged that I could not get over. Like, so how is that our fault?
Well,
'cause it's
again, you will have your opportunity to explain this all to the judge. It will be the state's burden to prove that you're guilty. So if the
Okay.
state's unable to meet their burden, then you won't be convicted of the charge.
okay. Thank you
So,
so
yep.
much.
Yep, you are welcome. We will see you on May 6th, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, thank you, sir.
You too.
Bye.